Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to 30 Days of Radical Acceptance. Today we're doing day 16. It is also January 16th of 2023, and I'm here in Salt Springs, Florida. And we are studying the Course in Miracles. I'm using section 9 of the Manual for Teachers this morning, and the thought that came to me today for all of you, for myself and for all of you, is love is here. Love is here. The radical acceptance of that idea that love is here. As this little lizard walks right up to me. That is something that we need to say to ourselves and then look around. Trust that all of your requests for assistance and guidance have been answered, and then look around. Know that as you're starting to understand the broader picture of who and what you are, your oversoul, your guides and teachers, all of the collective of beings that are with you, supporting you, they want you to feel all of the love of the universe, all of the beauty in the cosmos, everything that could possibly conspire together for your best and highest good. Know that that is happening. Trust that that is happening. Love is here. All right, so in section 9 of the Manual for Teachers, there is a little couple of paragraphs, and I think every single word basically is important. So I'm going to read the whole thing to you. Are changes required in the life situation of God's teachers? This is very, very important in the beginning of a new year, at a time when there's a lot of weird things happening in the housing market. A lot of people are relocating and, going out to find their tribe, or really wanting to break free from their 9-to-5 job that is just sucking the life out of them. So I love this question. Are changes required in the life situation of God's teachers? So get ready for your breakthrough. And remember, love is here. Here being wherever you're at, where you're watching this. That's your here. My here is here in Salt Springs, Florida. Love is here, but listen in. Changes are required in the minds of God's teachers. This may or may not involve changes in the external situation. Remember that no one is here by accident, and chance plays no part in God's plan. It is most unlikely that changes in attitudes would not be the first step in the newly made teacher of God's training. There is, so attitude adjustments, always thinking about that. There is, however, no set pattern, since training is always highly individualized. Another key thing to realize: never compare your journey to anyone else's. Your seeking, your growth, your ability to learn something, it's specifically and perfectly at your pace. There are those who are called upon to change their life situation almost immediately, but these are generally special cases. By far, the majority are given a slowly evolving training program in which as many previous mistakes as possible are corrected. Good news. Relationships in particular must be properly perceived and all dark cornerstones of unforgiveness removed. Otherwise, the old thought system still has a basis for return. So they made that sentence seem like, oh yeah, just relationships, just focus on them. That's probably the biggest obstacle for a lot of us, because that's where all our stories come from, is our perception of the other person's wrongdoing and our decision to judge them for it. So that has to be worked on as we move forward. However, it doesn't place you ahead or behind of anyone. Your plan is just for you. It's only you. And we're going to get through this ascension process together, happily, merrily, with a lot of smiles on our faces. As the teacher of God advances in his training, he learns one lesson with increasing thoroughness. He does not make his own decisions. He asks his teacher for his answer, and it is this he follows as his guide for action. Remember, You're supported, you're loved. Take a moment, go inward and ask. You don't have to figure it all out yourself. This becomes easier and easier as the teacher of God learns to give up his own judgment. The giving up of judgment, the obvious prerequisite for hearing God's voice, is usually a fairly slow process, not because it is difficult, but because it is apt to be perceived as personally insulting. Okay, now it gets good. The world's training is directed toward achieving a goal in direct opposition to that of our curriculum. So all the resistance that you may be feeling in your life is because you're starting to have an awareness of the resistance between all of the indoctrinated world training that we've received and our natural spiritual path to God. We're trained to be inverted. And so as we begin to have awareness of that, it stinks. It sucks. We go through hard times because we're coming into our truth. And it's, again, a path, a blueprint designed perfectly for us, but there's going to be these feelings of moving through energies, denser energies, and taking yourself on this path that may feel a little uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean you should quit and turn around and go back. Stay in your truth, hold your heart, and just breathe and continue to move. All right. The world trains for reliance on one's judgment as the criterion for maturity and strength. Our curriculum, this beautiful, amazing curriculum, our curriculum trains for the relinquishment of judgment as the necessary condition of salvation. Totally opposite in what we've been experiencing for our lives. If we're people living in the West, I mean, probably everywhere at this point, but so love is here. That's what I want to share with you today. Please enjoy. Take a moment to look around and don't feel like you have to change anything or move somewhere, or like everything is exactly, precisely, perfectly designed for your growth right now as it is. In this 30 days of radical acceptance, being able to remain calm in the place where you're at and look around and know that this is exactly as it's supposed to be, and love is here, and you're loved and supported by so much all around you. All you have to do is go back to that calm place and know that your answers lie within, and they'll come to you. The more and more you release your judgments, become aware of them, go through the kind of sticky times of learning and growth, and just and stay in your heart. Love is here. Love is there. Love is everywhere for us. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.